Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is G. Cole, and welcome to Homegrown, where I get to share with you some good music while talking to some great people.
With version. Music Amsterdam full of love. Sounds to really make you rub and scrub. Bang 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 bang. I say,
pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. It a go bun.
Give me the music, make me jump and prance.
It a go done.
Give me the music, make me looking at the
it was a cool and lonely, breezy afternoon.
How does it feel when you got no food?
You could feel it cause it was the month of
How
June.
does it feel when you got no food?
So I left my gate and went out for a
How
walk.
does it feel when you got no food?
As I passed the dreadlocks camp, I heard them say,
How does it feel when you got no food?
pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. It a go bun.
Give me the music, make me jump and prance.
It a go done.
Give me the music, make me
Jano.
looking at the dance. Bang bang middling bang middling bang 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 middling bang middling middling bang.
So I stopped to find out what was going
How
on.
does it feel when you got no food?
Cause the spirit of Jah, you know he leads you
How does
on.
it feel when you got no food?
There was a ring of jets and the session was there in swing.
How does it feel when you got no food?
And you could feel the chill as I seen and heard them
How
say,
does it feel when you got no food?
pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. It a go fun.
Give me the music, make me jump and prance.
It a go done.
Give me the music, make me
Jano.
looking at the dance. Come me say listen to the drum, and me say listen to
Pass the Dutchie on the left hand side. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Homegrown with G. Cole. This is episode 21, and this episode is particularly special to me. I embarked upon a professional musical journey some 10 years ago, and while some people have come and gone, there are a few that have been there for the entire ride. This person I'm about to talk to, she played my first dub plates, jingles. You know, we did our first interviews together. It was magical and still is. Ladies and gentlemen, straight out of Amsterdam, welcome Estaselekta.
Thank you so much, G. Cole. Thank you so much for your warm welcome here in Florida.
My pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. You're here for your birthday.
Yes.
Birthday bash, right?
That's right. I came here. It was so amazing. I feel so honored with all the people who came to perform, to play, sound systems from all over, DJs from all over, artists from all over America came on my birthday party to perform. It was so sweet and so nice.
Let me apologize, first of all, for not making it. Last year was spectacular. I had a wonderful time.
You were last year, yeah.
Yes, I loved it. Energy,
Me
raw.
too. You and Jayu, that was a perfect combination.
Big up Jayut.
I love that. Another very good artist.
He is.
But everybody who came last year and this year, I feel very, very honored that everybody came there, you know. It's all about promotion, about togetherness, and helping each other in the music.
Absolutely. And some of the artists that, funny enough, we've been communicating for all these years. You know, I'm here, you're there. When was I in Amsterdam? It was 2012, right? 2012. That was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And there are many artists that you've introduced to me that they're here. And because of you, I've met up with them. I've even come out there like last year, seen some of them for the first time live after all these years. And it's just remarkable what you've been doing, the network you do across, you know, the world.
Well, it's about worldwide connection. That is what my radio station is about. Because I think it's very important that some people get the connection that we are working together and they're not in a competition, but in a togetherness, because this created unity. There is a lot of discrimination in the world. There is a lot of discrimination in the music as well. And I think if you connect with the right people, no matter where you are in the world, sometimes you need another person to get a connection with your own neighbor. And that's what's happening in Miami, Florida. Around here, I see that a lot of people don't have a clue who is around the corner.
Right.
And I'm so happy to introduce you to one another.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, I'm running a different format today. The Homegrown podcast was created to address topics not giving, not being given enough attention in the community. I have episodes where we speak on mental health, financial education, sex trafficking, and so forth. And we have a couple of episodes where we talk to some musical legends, but those who've impacted us in a good way. But pretty much today I'm excited to deviate for a little bit because you've been a presence in reggae music for a long time. And I say a long time, you're still a young lady, but
I feel like a veteran now.
but in this business, people come and go. So, be doing it for so long. When did we meet? 2007 there, about 2006.
Yeah, true.
So this long, that's definitely a long time. And you've been working with artists known and unknown. That's the thing. A lot of times people don't work with unknown artists. So I guess my first question for you would be, where did this powerful connection with reggae music for you come from?
From when I was a little girl. I'm coming from Holland, and if you are from the UK or from America, or even, if you're coming from a community with Caribbean parents or parents that used to listen to reggae music already, I didn't know that. I had to find out myself. And when I listened to Bob Marley, he stole my heart. And I found out that I was pretty alone in my musical journey. And some people didn't understand it. I had a few people around me in the village where I used to live, where I come from. And so I did it myself. And I was listening to Gladiator, Sugar Minot, Mutabaruka, and Gregory Isaacs was definitely one of my favorites. Mighty Diamonds, Don Carlos, and they just stole my heart. I don't know. It touched my heart in a way that I didn't want to listen to any other music anymore. I used to listen also to Anita Baker and some rap music as well, of course. But it was reggae that really took over, and it was getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
Right.
Since a young age, yeah.
Because reggae is not just music, it's a feeling. And I feel like, sometimes
Definitely.
It's entertaining like every other music, but then it surpasses entertainment. So I think, and it's awesome to hear you say that. You bring up some names of some musicians that I love and I adore their work and so forth. Gregory, Gregory's the reason I go by G. Cole and not Gregory. He told me that. So I had to, that's what, when it end time somebody mentioned.
He told you that?
Yeah.
Oh,
we were James Avenue at Jack Ruby Lawn, and, I met him when I was like probably 9.
That's so sweet.
He's a cool guy, man. I sang for him and so forth, and he's like, you're wicked. He's like, what's your name? And I said, my name is Gregory. And he's like, no. He's like, me name Gregory. There's another guy, Gregor Preck. Him say, him name Gregory. So you can name Gregory also. You got to go by G. And from that point on, G. Cole was, the moniker in time when it comes to music.
I never knew that. That is so sweet.
Big up the cool ruler.
Definitely.
Loving reggae music is one thing, but when did you know that reggae music was going to be a huge part of your life?
I think I already knew that when I was young, because I remember the times when I went on school trips. In my Walkman, we used to have a Walkman, right? There was Steel Pulse and there was Aswad, and nobody really understood it, what I was listening to. And that was my joy, that was my inspiration, and it was my dream. And I think I just lived my dream to make it come true when I really wanted to be in the music. Right. But I thought, I never thought it would happen to me because I got my babies at a pretty young age. Right. So I didn't really find the time to get busy with the music until I was maybe about 30 or something. So I started pretty late.
Right.
With living my dreams.
Hey, a late start is way, way better than no start, right?
True. That's so correct.
Trust me, trust me. You mentioned Steel Pulse, you mentioned Aswad. I've never worked with Aswad, but I've shared the stage with Steel Pulse a couple of times. An amazing
Wow.
group of guys. So, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, speaking of Steel Pulse, we're going to keep the music going. You know what I mean? Don't go anywhere. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving. It's Homegrown.
Yo, yo. You know, rally round the flag, rally round the red, gold, black and green. Rally round the red, gold, black and green. Marcus say, so Marcus say, red for the blood that flowed like the river. Marcus say, so Marcus say, green for the land, Africa. Marcus say, yellow for the gold that they stole. So Marcus say, black for the people it looted from. That took us away, captivity, captivity. Required from us a song. Right now, man, say repatriate, repatriate. Ionized patients have now long time gone. Fathers, mothers, sons, daughters, everyone. 400 million strong. Ethiopia stretch forth her hands. Closer to God, we Africans. Closer to God, we Africans. Closer to God, we can. In our hearts is Mount Zion. Now you know. Seek the lion. Our hearts is Mount Zion. Now you know. Now you know. Ew. How can we sing in a strange land? Sing in a strange land. Don't want to sing in a strange land. Sing in a strange land. Liberation, true democracy. One God, one aim, one destiny. Rally round the red for the blood that flowed like the river.
Yeah, man, that was Steel Pulse. That was Steel Pulse, one of my favorite bands all time over the years. You know what I mean? You're familiar with Steel Pulse, of course.
Yes, I am. That was one of my favorite bands ever, you know, what I used to listen when I was a little girl on my Walkman, trust me. They inspired me so much in reggae music.
Trust me, Steel Pulse
Yeah.
is a legend. Classic music.
Beautiful.
Big up David Hines, big up Basie, big up the whole band. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Big producer as well. The keyboard, you know, big up every time. It's one of the best reggae bands ever. They
I
have
think
their
so.
own sound, yeah.
I think so. We did a show at the Culture Room with Steel Pulse sometime last year, and it's a nice venue, big boards, big everything. So Steel Pulse went on and sound checked before us, and the board probably has like about 30 tracks. And when it was time for us to go and string our bands up, the guys was like, "Listen, you guys only have like 7 tracks." Because they used up like 20 something. They've got horns, they've got
yeah.
the drum section, they got a barrage of stuff going on, but it's just it's artistship, you know, and they take pride in what they do. Even after all these years, nothing has changed, and if there's any change, it's changed for the better.
Definitely. They just grow in time and they just stay Steel Pulse. I like that. I like it when they can still bring back the old school that we used to listen to, and it's still original. I love that.
And when they pull songs like Rally Around the Flag, when they start singing Roller Skate and so forth, I tell my
warms
daughter,
my heart.
oh man. And the reaction they get from us is no different from what these younger artists get from the kids. You know, sometimes they think it's just them that have that energy, but when you see people, a whole room full of people, you know, mid-30s, 40s, whatever the case may be, who grew up on this stuff and the band cranks up, back to being kids again.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I have no other words for that. Reggae music touched my heart then, and it still touched my heart. And it still keeps on growing. And I admire the youngsters who can make us feel like we used to feel back then with their music nowadays. I really admire them. There are a few upcoming artists that really can do that. And I really respect them to the most.
There are some, and I mean, speaking of that, there's always been a strong demand in Europe and UK for reggae music, and for years, reggae musicians have pretty much made most of their trade, applied most of their trade traveling those places. However, right now there's a huge change in terms of music, not just how it's being consumed, but the music created. As you were growing up listening to Steel Pulse and other stuff like that, did you see this coming, or is it like a culture shock watching the new stuff going on right now?
No, I don't really watch. I don't really watch the things that I don't want to see.
Right.
I stick to the positive reggae music because I believe, because I am a mama too, and I know a lot of children. Children love music, and you can influence children with music in a positive way or in a negative way. So I always believe I don't want to turn off the radio when my baby's in the room. I want good music for my baby's ears that we can keep on listening, and I can keep on ironing, and I can keep on cleaning while I listen to the music without turning it off or put it on another channel because it's too much nudity or too much porn in the music, because that's what it is nowadays. And I don't want my child to be poisoned with that, because that is something for later, when she makes her own decisions. But what I believe in, and that's why I started the station, I want positive music that your grandmother, when she's in the room, she can also listen to it and she rock just like I do. Mm-hmm. And I think, what can I say? I spoke with certain artists in Jamaica who had the voice, who had the lyrics, but they come with a lot of slackness. And I said, hey, you know what? Why don't you keep it positive, your next song? Because I think you reach a wider audience, and I can play your song on the radio. And to be honest, I never expected that, because I just spoke out my opinion. They really listened to me, and they came back to me and said, look what I have for you. Do you think you can play this? I said, I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. I love that.
That's good. That's good. Because there's a misconception out there that you have to go negative to make it. I'm not saying that. There's a market for everything. We know that. But I agree in terms of I'm always conscious and of the music that I play. I'm even more conscious of the music I put out. Like you mentioned, my grandmother was a Christian lady, God rest her soul. She passed away a year and a half ago. When I made music, I would bring it home and play it for my mom. And she'd be one of my first critics, to see as far as consuming it, because I'm always conscious of who's going to be hearing it. And then I'd play it for my grandma too. Now, she's not necessarily paying attention to my music, but while she won't say, I love that, she'll tell you, I don't want to hear that,
And that's honest.
Mm-hmm. So I'd bring it in, and if she'd give me the nod and so forth, and my critics were my daughter, my mom, my grandmom, for the most part.
You are so blessed, you know that?
I definitely am.
And that you could share that with your mom and your grandmother and your daughter. That's a true blessing.
It is. And I'm conscious of my daughter more than anything else, because I just don't want. I've had scenarios where songs have been brought, like collaborations, and I had a song that I even did my part. And then after I heard the other part on it, I asked them to remove me, because I just don't want to be in a position where
respect.
It is what it is. I can't have my kid living a certain life and then I'm going to criticize her for it, but I'm speaking about it in the music.
I agree with you. I want to give you a lot of credit of what you are doing. Normally, I'm sitting in your chair, so I'm very nervous to sit in this chair next to you, to being interviewed. I'm shaking here, trust me. It's very I couldn't sleep last night that I have an interview coming up.
You are absolutely right. Normally, the roles are reversed. I'm over there, and you're over here. But it's something different. It's a brand new venture. I just think it's necessary, So
I love it, and I'm so happy. And I'm so honored that I can be part of this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. But I would like to say, where we from, like when I started like more than 10 years ago, you were the one who supported me and inspired me, because I was When I started the radio, I was still shaking. I didn't know how to do it. It was all new for me. And it was you who was one of the first artists I ever promoted. You already mentioned it. The first jingles, the first dub plates, the first promotions. The same goes out for me because you're one of the first artists I ever promoted. And I want to give thanks to your support and that you kept me going on, because I almost gave up because most of the people wanted to listen to dancehall music.
Right.
And I came with roots and conscious. And you were the one who said, come on, don't give up. Go on, move on. You can do it. You're good. Come on, come on.
And you are.
Thank you.
And you've been doing spectacular. And it's amazing to sit back and watch the growth of it, you know, to see where it's come, where you started, where you've been, the journey. Because sometimes if it's straight from the bottom to the top, there's no legacy really. It's just a straight shot. The trajectory is set. But, you know, it's good sometimes when you have the hurdles and the obstacles and so forth, because it
makes stronger. That's so true.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it that time, and that was something very special. And I want to say thank you for that.
The pleasure's mine. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And it's pretty much, it goes both ways, because again, your support did keep me going. I have a lot of support on the international scene from Europe, across Africa, Asia, and so forth. And yes, there's social media and stuff like that, but it was you. It was Estaselekta plugging and playing, and sometimes, you know, arrange those interviews. Every time I had a new song out, you already had them, but the world hadn't heard them yet, and you'd have me come on and do an interview about it and talk about it, and it helped me grow.
It was fun. I love to do that. It was only with love. Love is the foundation, and love is the solution, and everything, when you ask for the outcome, it's all about love.
Yes.
Whatever we do, it's love. Because I believe when the love was not there, it would never happen. Absolutely. So give thanks.
Trust me, I'm eternally grateful. So, and thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a wonderful job. You know, the world love what you're doing. I love what you're doing, and we're gonna keep it going. You know what I mean? So, world, I know you're listening out there. Thank you so much for the support. Keep supporting Estaselekta also. Royal Zion Highness. It's a wonderful experience. DJs are phenomenal. Estaselekta is phenomenal. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving. It's homegrown.
Maybe
Yeah, man, that is Aswad. You know what I mean? We were touching some music that I grew up on. Some of these music we used to have on JBC TV back in Jamaica. Aswad. In Europe, when it comes to reggae music, dancehall music and so forth, I noticed that a lot of people take a purist approach, meaning some people are only into reggae, roots, culture, lovers rock. Another set of people are only into dancehall. It's kind of like two foods on a plate and they don't touch, You seem to just love music. Where does that come from? Is it conscious of you, or is it just you being Esther?
I'm a Judah woman. I was born in July.
Cancerians?
I'm a Cancerian, so it means it depends on what mood I have. It could be roots. I'm very roots. I love roots music. My number one artist is Hugh Mandel. Wow. And people who really know me, they play Hugh Mandel for me to surprise me. And that's sweet because that really brings tears in my eyes. It touched my heart. And a lot of artists can do that. And I'm also a very big J. Cole fan.
Thank you.
And, he always touched my heart with his music as well.
Appreciate.
And also my daughter, Kenya, she always asks me, did you bring the CD, the J. Cole CD, my song?
She's adorable. Yeah. She's growing up lovely, I must say. And I'll make sure she has her own copy. And some J. Cole and Raps and Kush merchandise too.
Thank you so much.
Stuff like that. She's been a supporter since she was a little girl.
Definitely, since she was a baby, she heard your music. So it depends on my mood, what I listen to in private, when I am cleaning my house or when I am rocking it or when I just feel like playing a set. For me, I love lovers. I love good music in reggae. But for me, I also like other kind of music. But reggae is something that really touched my heart because it has a special message that inspire you, and it's so real. And I just want to tell you that what if there was no Jamaica? What if there was no reggae music? How would my life be?
Wow.
Because reggae music is so important to me. So I want to say thank you to Jamaica. I want to say thank you to everybody in and outside of Jamaica who make reggae music and who comes with the real lyrics that touch my heart personally. Thank you.
I appreciate it. The funny thing is you mentioned that is when it comes to the music, and just like everything else, a lot of times we can take it for granted. So people in Jamaica, and we're talking about the foundation right now. I'm not even going to talk so much about the artists today, but the foundation people who created and so forth and put all the effort into it and stuff like that. I see a difference now in terms of, for lack of a better word, it's kind of like the music is being hustled, right? Quality-wise too, it's kind of, I know with dancehall, people used to record a song in the morning and drop it in the dance hall that night because that's the dance hall. It wasn't also necessarily live. But when it comes to reggae music, people would put that effort into it, make sure that the musicians are on point. Like Bob said, play the song all day until the right take was done. Now it's not the same. So we do find that music that comes from outside of Jamaica supersedes the Jamaican reggae music in quality and so forth. What do you think about that?
Well, actually, I am crazy about the foundation. The foundation is very important to me, to start with that, to answer your question. And according to my opinion, it is very important to keep on honoring the foundation music, because if you listen to the lyrics, it gives you like a puzzle. It could be this, it could be that, but it's positive too. And I think the reggae music started to support the people who needed support, to keep the strength and to keep the power. Yes. And what is going nowadays, it is probably more a survival to make money.
Right. It's
so
a
that
job.
I think it's a job. And when the money involves, I think you can lose. There is a dangerous thing that you lose the love and the real foundation of it.
Right.
And that's why I think that it is something totally different. But we have to be sure. And you as a musician, you as a singer, me as a DJ, on the radio, And in the dance, we have to keep the foundation alive to show the people where it really comes from. And I want to honor all these people that by playing their songs and by keeping it alive.
And trust me, it's amazing to find people who are as passionate about it as you are. The thing is, and like you mentioned, whenever passion and commerce meets, commerce normally wins. So it's a situation where you bring your passion to the table. It's like I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about investing. They wanted to invest in a business, and they were the talent, but the investor was covering all the capital, the money, backing. And I had to talk to him and be like, listen, changes are going to be made because anywhere passion and commerce meets, commerce wins. And that's my concern. If you're going in it with just passion and love for the art, then you'll be good. But once you start merging that with the commerce side of it, and then say, you know what, it's all about paying, I don't even want to say paying bills, but bringing in the revenue, bringing in the money, that side of it always tend to win,
Most of the times, but I do it the other way.
Right.
I let love win. Because, you know what it is. If yesterday we did a very important show.
Right.
We had G. Cole, Hopeton Lindo, and Tony D.
Right.
3, according to my opinion, amazing artists. Hopeton Lindo, a legendary one.
Yes.
I feel honored to have the 3 of you together as one. You've been singing together, and there was not even $1 involved.
Right.
But we did it together. Everybody was there, and everybody supported. And we did it live on the radio. And the 3 of you were together as if you do it every day. And you
Passion.
spread the love. It was passion. And we posted on the Facebook, and you touched so many people's hearts. People were telling me about it. Wow, what did you do? When Holland woke up in the next morning and saw the video, I got comments like, oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? So that's love, right?
It sure is. And I'll tell you this, you're absolutely right, because that was impromptu. That was just pretty much, I'm coming out there to rock out and have a good time with Estaselekta. Hopeton happened to be there, who has been, an inspiration for a long time in the music business. Met Tony D for the first time, but I've heard some of his music, and everything was just synergy. It totally works different if it was booked gigs and the artists are booked, people are backstage waiting for their time and so forth. Because at that point in time, it's like you said, it's business. Where, I'm being paid for this, and I got to put this part together and go deliver this within this time frame,
True.
this time slot. And then it also becomes competition too.
That's true. And you still would do it with a love because you love what you're doing.
Right.
But I think when it's on the radio like this, a lot of stations ask money for promotion.
Absolutely.
But what do you think? Would it be the same if the money is involved? Would it be the same to, how you would do it with your heart?
It would not.
It's another thing. And I think all the DJs, enough respect to all the Royal Zion Highness DJs all over the world, because everybody is there for a reason. And all these people, I just love them so much because everybody do it with their heart and they love what they're doing. And the artists, same way. Most of the artists support us. Right. They listen to our shows. They support us by giving jingles, dub plays. They keep us rocking because they are the reason why we do it. And the listeners and the people on Facebook, on all these, and Instagram, and even my children, they keep me rocking. They keep me there on a way that there is a reason for doing this.
It's amazing. And again, big up all the DJs at Royal Zion Highness. It works that way when the mission is bigger than the ambition. When
that's
the mission
a beautiful saying.
It
really.
definitely works a lot better that way, and I think that's what keeps Royal Zion Highness where they are in the reggae space, and it's just a wonderful and beautiful thing. And again, when it comes to promotion and paying for promotion, the issue you run into at that point in time is, okay, so I'm trying to figure out, am I getting enough promotion for the money? And then the person who's accepting the money is trying to figure out, okay, am I giving him enough promotion for his money? Who draws the line and so forth? So it's again, what it does at that point is it depletes passion, and it's all commerce. And then what's happening there is you're just basing it on figures and so forth, and love's left on the rug.
We don't even deal with money, you know that?
Right.
We need sponsors to get our stickers, our things, everything like that. We need money, definitely. We need sponsors.
Right.
But we don't want to take money from the artist or anything. We do everything without money. And I think that's why we are so special together, even though when we're doing shows anywhere in the world, we do it with our people. We all do it together as one. And I think that's very special.
It is. It is. You can't beat that today. You can't beat that. And we're going to keep the conversation going because I'm having a great time here just chilling and learning from,
I love it.
from Esther, and sharing the music with you. So don't go anywhere. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving. It's G. Cole. It's Estaselekta. It's Homegrown.
Na 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 na. Talking about you and me, yeah, and the games we play. Na 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 na. Talking about you and me, yeah, and the games we play. Oh, the games people play now, every night and every day now, and never meaning what they say, yeah, never saying what they mean. First you wind away your hours in your concrete towers. Soon you'll be covered up in flowers in the back of a black limousine. People walking up to ya, singing glory, hallelujah. Then they try to suck it to ya, oh, in the name of the Lord. Na 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 na. Talking about you and me, yeah, and the games people play. Na 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 na. Oh, talking about you and me, yeah, and the games people play. Whoa, 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 whoa. All the games people play now, every night and every day now, and never meaning what they say, yeah, never saying what they mean. And they teach you how to meditate, read your horoscope and change your fate. And furthermore, to hell with hate. Come on and give me some more and more and more. Na 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 na. Talking about you and me, yeah, and the games people play. Na 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 na. Oh, talking about you and me, yeah, and the games people play. First we giving up.
Yes, man, that's Inner Circle, the bad boys of reggae music, Miami's own. I'll tell you, in Inner Circle, when I was, how old is that? I was about 14. Let's drop it there.
Cutie Gregory Cole.
I was off in boarding school and I asked my dad for a boombox. And that's when the CD whole changeover from cassettes to CD was happening. So I got a boombox with a CD player. And I got 3 CDs. I got a Kenny G, I had John B, and I got Inner Circle.
Wow.
I got an Inner Circle. Now, we're talking about 1994. Thereabout. Now, here we are, 2015. We're at a show at the Culture Room in Fort Lauderdale. G. Cole and J. Will and the Raps and Kush Band and Inner Circle headlining that show. And that was 94, 2015. I'm in the dressing room and I got my CD for all these years. I needed autographed. So it took me all those years, but I got my CD autographed by Inner Circle. You know what I mean? And I called my father up and I said, remember the CD you gave me way back, which he had no memory of? Here it is. It's autographed. If you look on my Facebook page, go to Facebook at My G Cole, and you'll see that picture of that CD up. Inner Circle. Great guys.
That is so sweet.
Music comes full.
Nice.
Now, question. The continental Europe is made up of many, many different countries. You're from Holland. When I was there, one thing I noticed is that Holland seemed to be more diverse, I'd say, than most in terms of, you got people from Africa, from Suriname, from, different European countries also, and the UK. And there seemed to be almost a subculture that had one thing in common, that was reggae music. Do you find that to be true?
Yes, I brought you to places in Amsterdam where the reggae is very hot. And yes, reggae music is the music from the people.
From the people, for the people.
From the people, for the people.
Absolutely.
And you might have them from different countries, but the red line is reggae, no matter what kind of reggae. It's reggae music.
It felt, it's almost like going to a concert at the arena versus going to a show at BB King's, a blues club or something where it's a little bit more, it has that subculture, underground vibe, regardless of how vast the stage and the arena is. That's the feeling I got from it while I was there.
Yeah, but I think I am in Miami right now, and I think it's like everything is small, according to my opinion, in Europe, especially in the Netherlands. We are a very small country, and the scene is smaller as well. And when I come here, everything is so big. And it seems like, for me, reggae is much bigger over here than in my country. But you probably think the opposite.
Yeah.
I know, but that's what I hear from people. But yeah, because everything is different. But still, we have the same thing in common. That's reggae music, because I can still talk with you about the same songs that inspire us, even though I am from Amsterdam and you are from Florida. So that's still the same thing, no matter where you're from, no matter what color, no matter what race, because I don't deal in discrimination. I don't deal in racism. Right. And I think that is a very big part within the reggae music that counts for me, that reggae music is something against oppression, stand up for your right, and help the people who need it the most. And
breaks down barriers.
Yes.
It breaks down barriers. And no matter how soothing it is, like Bob Marley said, funny enough, Bob Marley's songs are beautiful, but they're rebel music.
Very rebel, but maybe there is a little rebel in us as well. That's why we love it, Because I want to change things in the world. And some people say, oh, you can't change the world. So, well, I think I can. And even Michael Jackson said, start with the man in the mirror. You have to take responsibility for yourself. And if you don't stand up, who's going to do it? Are you going to wait for another person who's going to do it, what you're supposed to do? True. Believe in yourself.
True.
And go for it, because you really can make a change.
True.
And you, with your music, if you chose to sing certain things and you go very deep with your music, it can save somebody else's life by listening to your song in the right moment, in the right time.
No, it is true, and it is amazingly you say that. My favorite rapper Tupac said it also. He says, I might not change the world, but I'll at least spark the change. That'll change the world.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly. As long as your goal is, something's not right here, I need to change it. It's just the first step. Sometimes what we don't do is the first step.
Yeah.
But yeah, even and talking about music and how it affects people, I've had this album Ocho Race wasn't even supposed to be an album. It was when I came over there with you, I had 4 singles.
I remember that.
Yeah, we had the 4 singles. We're pushing the singles. I came back home. Another one came, and then my mom got ill. My mom passed. It triggered me writing some songs for her. And then, of course, my appreciation for her made me start thinking about my daughter, too. And I wrote a couple of songs for her. Then I started thinking about my wife. And the next thing you know, it's 14 tracks. And it was organic.
Yeah.
It's like the album created itself. I just happened to be there.
But why do you think it's so special that people love it so much? Because you bring the real G code, a personal thing. And I think that is what people want. People don't want no fake person anymore. They want to see the real person behind it. And I realize that when you are yourself, when you give the real thing, the people get inspired because they can identify themselves with you. Because there are a lot of people going through the same thing as you went through. Right. Because it's not nothing, losing your mom and going through all this. And when I listen to your music and knowing you as my very, very good friend for years,
Right.
I could relate. This is my friend, Gregory Cole. This is really my friend, and not only a singer or a performer or somebody who edutain, or it is really you, and this is what people love. They want to hear the real thing.
No, it's amazing and funny enough when we put these things together, because there's some level of calculation in it when you're putting out an album too. And I mentioned it to you even when the first album came out. I was saying to you, this album is solely me as an artist. Sometimes that's a dangerous thing. That's why there's managers. I'm anti-organizations. I'm not for labels and so forth. But sometimes somebody needs to put the reins in, because as an artist, you get artistic and just something. It may be off, left, and weird, but you just see some art in it, and you want to put it out, and then you end up with 30 tracks, and some of them, it's like that last Lauryn Hill project. You have to be a fan to to appreciate it. But I'm a fan, so that touched me. I've had people mention, Smile Again. So who knows? Everybody goes through the same thing. When I put that track out, there's some people, because my mom's voice is on it, somebody reached out to me and they were just telling me online, I've never met the person before, that it pretty much, it healed them. They're not the only person going through it and so forth. And it made them think about just going back and listening to voicemails that they had to. And, and then even the song on there for my daughter.
That was special, that was so special. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and it
amazing.
touched people's heart, because indeed, what I know from companies in Holland, the phone companies, they can give you like an MP3 from the voicemail voice from the person who passed away.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but I found out recently. But I think it can help, because sometimes we forget how special the people are around us until we lose them.
You just need to hear that voice.
Yeah, and that's so good. And listen to that album, you see how many people love that,
Yeah.
They can relate on it.
Yeah, and I'm grateful. I gotta big up the producers on that, J Vibe. You know what I mean? I gotta big up Shatta. I gotta big up Vinnie Hamilton. I gotta big up Junior Blend and them. Johnny Wanda. Everybody that contributed to that project, because it was really special to me.
And you work with special people, indeed. I know.
Yeah.
You work with very special people, because you are also a special person. So
thank you.
You attract good people around you.
Hopefully good keeps attracting good, and we keep the circle going, and that's what it's about. So trust me, I'm having a wonderful time just sitting here and chatting with you. We could go on. This one's going to be a long one, but
Well, I love it. I have fun, because as I said, I'm not used to it, to be in this chair. It only happened to me a few times that other people interview me. But I'm very happy with this.
Thank you.
And I'm very happy to support your beautiful program, Homegrown.
Thank you so much.
So big up Homegrown,
Yes.
straight from Estaselekta.
Easy.
Wherever you are in the world, this is a worldwide thing with G. Cole. Bless up.
Love it, love it, love it. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It's Homegrown.
But I can't let her know that I'm thinking about you, babe. She's in my arms, but you're in my thoughts. I need to resolve a thinking about you, babe. Oh my, something has got to change. Oh no, you're on my mind. You're on my mind all night and day. Sleeping at night, she's squeezing me tight. The feeling ain't right. I'm thinking about you, babe. If push comes to shove and we're making love, like all the above, I'm thinking about you, babe. Oh my babe. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Something has got to change. Oh no, you're on my mind. You're on my mind all night and day. You'd have been my wife if we first met. Schizophrenic love life, just please don't tell. about somebody else's love. Oh my gosh, it's something something I can't explain. I try to pretend time and again, but 9 out of 10 I'm thinking about you, babe. I know that it's wrong, still all along I'm singing this song and thinking about you, babe. Oh my baby. Oh no. Oh my. Something has got to change. 'Cause you're on my mind. You're on my mind all night and day. You're on my mind all the time.
I'm having a blast here with Estaselekta. That is Christopher Ellis, You Babe. Big bad artist, the son of the late great Alton Ellis. You happened to have the pleasure of being in the studio with him when he was creating some of this music, and just to hear the finished product now. Some of the things tweaked, some things a little different, but nonetheless very amazing.
Enough respect to Christopher Ellis. What a beautiful voice, eh?
Yes, yes, yes. And you said you've interviewed him before, right?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
I feel very honored because, yeah, that was a very... Well, actually, I could say one of my most touchy interviews I ever did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, shortly
and I'll tell you
after
why. Yeah. It was the time when his dad passed away, and I never met Alton Ellis, but I always loved his music so much, and I still do.
Wow.
But my good friends, B.B. Seaton, Dennis Al Capone, they were informing about it, and they were so sad. So I said, listen, you are my friends, and I really want to do something for you because you lost one of your best friends. Mm-hmm. So how about doing a special on the radio to show some respect? And they organized something with Barry Biggs he's here, right? He's in Florida.
Right.
Errol Brown from Tough Kong Studio, and B.B. Seaton, Dennis Al Capone, and Christopher Ellis. They went to his house, to Christopher. And
in England?
Yes.
Okay.
And we had a very big show, and everybody was paying respect and sharing memories about Alton Ellis. And we played songs, and Errol Brown came with the Treasure Isle songs that nobody even know. And he came with very special tracks. And it was I felt so honored. And it's every artist is an honor who shared their music and their vibes with me. I really feel, I always give thanks for all these people who put so much effort in that to have a conversation with me and to want to be in my radio show.
Right.
That is always an honor, no matter who it is. But that show was very, very interesting. And I tell you honestly, it was so touching. I've been crying on that show. I got tears. Wow. I was doing this show with so much tears in my eyes. It was so touchy and so beautiful. And that was something that really touched my heart. Definitely.
That was we lost one of the great ones there. Rest in peace, Alton Ellis. And Chris is doing a marvelous job holding on to his dad's legacy. I know a lot of the shows that he did for a while. I'm not sure if he's still doing them, but he did a tour once where he was pretty much just doing Alton Ellis stuff and
nice,
and a couple of, I don't know what the reasoning behind it was. I heard pretty much Alton had a tour set up and it never manifested because he passed, and I guess just in honoring his name and memory and so forth, Chris did it. Funny enough, sometimes when you listen to Chris, he sounds so much like his dad. It's kind of like, it's like a young Alton Ellis.
Yes, he is. And that's why, it's, what, with Chris, he brings back the old days, because I think the old days had a certain sound.
Right.
And Chris can do that. There is a few artists who can do, Sadiki can do that. Mm-hmm. Chris can do that. And also, I'm thinking about some more names, because it's only a few people, according to my opinion, that can really bring back the old days feeling and vibes and sound.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It's so true. Special.
It's a certain voice, and so Chris sounds. If I'd never met him, and it's in the song choices too. It's in the instrumentals that they choose and so forth. The type of, he's a ska guy. I love the ska music and so forth. But the song choices, if you if on that EP they took the picture of Chris out and put the picture of somebody older and gave it the impression it was an older song, you would so fall for it.
That's so true.
So he does have that vintage vibe, vintage sound.
Definitely.
You know?
But I want to say something else. There, when I ask about UK reggae music, it is such a big difference between music from Europe and UK,
Right.
and from here in the Caribbean.
It is.
Those are two different worlds, and people don't really know each other.
Yeah, it's
That's very funny, according to my opinion, because they're coming
amazing.
from one island
Yeah, the thing
originally, right?
They are. The thing is, well, I mean, just to start off from a demographic and geographic standpoint, it's truth is, statistics show that there are more Jamaicans outside of Jamaica than in Jamaica. So that's the first,
Definitely.
when it comes to where they are all across the globe. But the thing about here, radio stations and DJs and sound systems and parties and so forth, they tend to play what's live, what's hot in Jamaica. What's hot in Jamaica is kind of sometimes based on what is paid to be played in Jamaica. So it creates a little bit of a disparity there because there is, again, the subculture of people who want to hear a certain type of music. You have to go to YouTube to find it. You have to go certain places to find it. It's not that prevalent. If the bigger shows that go on here, the best of the best and a couple of different shows, when you see the artists line up too, they'll handpick a couple of people, who represent that authentic reggae, positive music vibe. But in all honesty, you could tell that that's not necessarily the avenue that they're trying to cater to.
Okay, yeah.
So there is a line. There's a line between positive music and just entertainment, and unfortunately sometimes entertainment sells more because there's a market for it, and anything that's being sold will be created. Anything that there's a market for and there's consumers, they're going to make it. So you do have, when you go to the shows, it's amazing when you see the culture artists and the people who are here to say something on the side and they're quiet and subdued. And then you have, it's the empty barrel syndrome. The people who have the least to say are normally the loudest, and they're in one side of the room, and it's amazing.
Yes, indeed. But, I like to mix up the two worlds because they need to be connected. It's totally different when the reggae is coming from UK, for instance, and coming from here. But it would be so nice if we could bring those worlds together, And that's why I'm here.
And you do it so well. So you know what? I tell you what, we'll leave that task to you. It's a task for us. It's just another day on the job for you. So if anybody can make it happen, it definitely is. You've already started to do that.
It's so lovely to do, to link up people together.
In our times like these, when the world is so cold, you've got a lip so sweet and a heart of gold.
If you link up the right people together, something very, very surprising can come out of that. Magic touch.
Magic. All right. Well, keep me posted because I'm very, very interested in that. And, right now I have a lot of network with people in the UK and people in Europe and so forth. And like you said, it would be amazing if that was more prevalent where everybody, the music is already joined us. Let's break down the walls of, and with the internet and technology and stuff like that, the walls are already down. So we can do so much together. So, that's where Estaselekta comes in,
Well, I try my best where I can. I just do it because I love it. And I love it when I see good voices together.
Nice.
And because it can be another inspiration for somebody else again.
Nice.
Respect to all the musicians and singers and who make it all possible, producers.
Absolutely.
Everybody needs each other. One hand wash the other,
Absolutely. Just keep both hands connected to the same body. We'll be good. We'll be good, Well, we're still here. Don't go anywhere. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving. It's Homegrown.
Feel like what you do. I remember talking, need a
up until the morning dew. And never knew that this could get so far. Love to lick it up from the top back of yard. Can't get over all the little things that you do. That special kind of rapping make me wind up the mood, boy. Whoa, girl, you done did it now. About to flip it up and break your body down. She's a mystery. She only love me when she's tipsy. When we sipping on Tennessee whiskey. That's the only time that I feel like she miss me. And when she's sober again, she a different sober. Acting like she don't wanna come over. Pulling in me driveway in a Rover. Driving me so crazy like a chauffeur. Then she stopped it up her head back on me shoulder. All I was in love until she came up on the scene. Now infatuation's got me feeling like a fiend. Staying up late, waiting all night long. Can't wait to see your face walking through my door. Now what the hell is up? There's a change in your attitude. Need some serious up and sign up for counter two. Why? Hopefully the storm gets calm. Sirens will out, better head for cover. She a mystery. She only love me when she's tipsy. When we sipping on Tennessee whiskey. That's the only time that I feel like she miss me. And when she's sober again, she a different sober. Acting like she don't wanna come over. Pulling in me driveway in a Rover. Driving me so crazy like a chauffeur. Then she stopped it up her head back on me shoulder. Now she back in love and we waving our crystal glass. She say you with me forever, don't know if it a last sound. Don't wanna go spoiling the mood.
Yeah, man, that's J-Boog, Mystery. One of my favorite songs still nowadays, and I really like that tune there. He is, again, like we kind of are going around and visiting reggae artists that are doing it really good. Not necessarily from Jamaica. He's from California. He's Samoan, you know, so he represents the South Pacific area, you know, and doing really well. Question for you. With all that you've seen in the business of reggae music, if your kids wanted to make it a career, whether as an artist, a promoter, a DJ, anything else, would you encourage that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. I would, because I believe whether they choose reggae or any type of music, I would encourage them in anything what they would like to do. I would do that. But I already do, actually. My little one, Kenya, she plays keyboard.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes. She got keyboard lessons from a very beautiful lady in Purmerend. And I really spoke with my daughter. I said, listen, it costs a lot of money to get lessons. And it's not to keep you from the street. It's something very serious. So you have to make sure that you really want to do this, because this could make you help being a professional keyboard player. Even though she's 11, she needs to be conscious in what she's doing.
Of course.
Because it takes a lot of money to take lessons in anything you do, you know. And I see that these days, a lot of parents don't know what to do with their children. And I think you should talk to your children and see what they really like, because it doesn't make sense. Let your children do something that they don't like.
True. Sure, you can't force them.
No, you can't force them in any way. So yeah, she's very musical. My other children are having other big talents. And I think even with my children, I could set up a whole show, because they have the talents to, like my daughter Imani, she's very good in organizing events. My son hears exactly what would be hot or not, and he knows.
Right,
he got a good ear for that. So I really want to see and sit around the table with my children to keep it in the family and to do something, because he told me, yeah, Mom, you need to do something for the youths there. And I said, okay, well, come, you are from their age, so let's think about it together, because I'm open for that. And sometimes my ear is not my son's ear, because he said, yeah, you're playing old music, but you also need to think about what the children want from 19, 20, or whatever,
True.
15, 16, because they also want to hear certain things. And in Holland, the rap music is very, very, very hot, but then including like on a dancehall rhythm in Dutch language. That's very hot at the moment. Dutch language music is very, very hot. But then with the Caribbean flavor from Suriname, from the islands, or African music included.
Right.
And it's an international thing. And it's very hot at the moment.
I can see Holland spearheading that because that's what I noticed there. Like I mentioned, it just seems like a melting pot. Like everywhere. People go everywhere, but people seem comfortable being there.
You mean in Amsterdam?
In Amsterdam.
Yes, we have so many cultures living together. And of course, racist people are everywhere, in every community, in every country.
Yes.
And it's also the opposite from white, black, or Asian, or Chinese, or anything. People are people.
Right.
But in Holland, I could say that we're doing our best to let everybody feel at home and feel good, you know?
I mean, and speaking of which, like you said, big up Alan, big up Imani, big up Kenya. It's amazing now seeing them bigger. It's 5 years is not a long time, but they seem.
But they are big kids now,
seem
indeed.
it seems like all grown.
But look at your daughter.
Yeah.
First time I ever seen her.
Wow.
And I've been following her since I know you. So she was a little girl.
Yeah, all
and
grown
she's
up.
also in the music. She's writing. She's singing sometimes.
Yep.
And she got it from her beautiful daddy.
Well, thank you. She
Respect.
is. She's very talented, and she has a passion for it. It's just she's young, so she's got a passion for everything.
Well, I told her to come to Amsterdam, and I hope she's going to do that.
I think she will. She's been talking about that for a while, so
she's welcome.
this works for her. I mean, and even with what you mentioned, Alan was saying, what about the younger artists that are out right now? Which of these young artists do you like?
Oh, I need to talk about my nephew. He's so cool. My nephew, Junior Kenna, big up yourself.
Easy.
He's rocking right now, and he's getting there, and I truly believe in him.
Nice.
That he's going to be one of the big artists.
Nice. And he's in
Holland.
In Holland,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's doing very good at the moment.
Shoot me some of his stuff and
Definitely, you could play it, and that would be great.
I'd
I would
to.
love. It's very nice if you can support him over here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Send it on. I mean, I'll share
Junior
it with our
Kenna,
guys.
don't forget that name, Junior Kenna.
And he's on social media, I'm sure.
He's on everywhere. Just check him out, people.
Definitely. We will do that. And I mean, with Junior Kenna, big up yourself. I'm looking forward to hearing some of your material and sharing it with the folks on my show here. So looking forward. I mean, reggae right now is coming from all over the world, Europe, Hawaii, Africa, the South Pacific, and so forth. How do you feel about the sounds you're hearing coming from all over the world right now?
Well, I think it is something, when I hear music coming from all over the world, and especially in reggae music, I think it's a way to unite.
Right.
And I'm very impressed when I hear a language that I didn't hear before in reggae music. I got a song from Russia, a Russian reggae. When I was in Poland, I was in Poland a few times in Reggae na Piaskach, and I was really amazed by the reggae talents and musicians in Poland.
Wow.
They're very, very musical in Poland. And when I hear them sing in their own language, I speak a few words and I can say a little thing. But hearing that, it really gives me the feeling that reggae is really going all over the world.
Right.
And it's so beautiful because when you meet reggae people through Facebook or through anything, sometimes people hit me up, oh, I'm in Amsterdam. And I think you can say, okay, come for coffee or come for dinner. And I never met these people before, but they come and we meet somewhere. And I think reggae unites people. I think it's there is no borders when reggae people meet each other, no matter where from.
Wow.
And that unites people. So I think when you hear reggae music in other languages and they put their own kind of music from their country in it, from Ireland, I've been to Ireland, and you hear a mix from Irish reggae with Jamaican reggae or anything.
Right.
I think Jamaica did a very good job because they started to bring unity in the world through music.
Right.
And I think that Jamaica could never even imagine that it would run all over the world.
I'm sure they did not. But
they did.
They did, and so proud. It
You
has
can be
made.
proud.
I'm very, very proud. Bob, I'm sure you're proud of the legacy you've left behind and where the youth have taken it. So
Definitely, he would look at us and say, "Yeah, this is what I meant
I think so.
with unite."
I think so. Well, we're gonna keep it going, man. You know, it's all about music. It's all about love. It's all about people. You know what I mean? So just stick around. You know, it's homegrown. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving. The music continues.
Mary, she takes me so far away. Mary really makes my day. Me and her connect in a passionate way. She's there when I need her. I will never leave her. No, because she takes me so far away. Mary really makes my day. Me and her connect in a passionate way. In a passionate way, yeah. Rising at the morning when I get a cup of tea, best believe I got Mary sitting right next to me. Always need her in the vicinity. She growing at the hills and she's a natural beauty. How I love her sweet aroma. Her perfume is why I love when she come over. She free me up and take the burdens off my shoulder. I watch her grow from she was young and now she's older. And she takes me so far away. Mary really makes my day. Me and her connect in a passionate way. She's there when I need her. I will never leave her. No, because she takes me so far away. Mary really makes my day. Me and her connect in a passionate way. In a passionate way, yeah. Mary eases the mind, and her love is like a medicine. I need her all the time, I know. Mary inspires. Mary's got the vibes that the masses require, the masses desire. Hey. When she's gone, I lose my mind. When she comes, she brings the sunshine. She takes me so far away. Mary really makes my day. Me and her connect in a passionate way. She's there when I need her. I will never leave her. No, because she takes me so far away. Mary really makes my day. Me and her connect in a passionate way. Passionate way. Yeah, again. Rising at the morning when I get a cup of tea, best believe I got Mary sitting right next to me.
Yeah, man, that's Ziggy Ricardo, Holland artist.
Amazing artist. And we are so proud of him.
Yeah. He's I've been following his stuff for a while now, and I really like what he's doing. I really like what he's doing. He's got a different flow, got a sound that's really catchy. You know, I know you created a radio station from scratch. I'm talking about Zion Highness, and then recreated as Royal Zion Highness and doing it even bigger, even better. How is Royal Zion Highness doing right now?
So good.
Lovely.
I'm so happy, and it is a dream come true. And sometimes I don't even realize what we are doing, that it is really happening.
Right.
Because it is just so beautiful. It's so, yeah, I love it.
Nice.
And people love it too. And that, you know, every comment and every positive vibe that people bring us, it warms my heart because this is why we do it.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, I tell you what, technology, people talk and say what they want to say, but I'm so grateful because here's the deal. Originally, when we started out, you know, I had to go online, you know, log onto the website, sometimes streaming issues and so forth.
Yeah.
Now I'm driving in the car because I do not like mainstream radio. They have the same playlist, and
All right.
even if it's a reggae stations, they have the very same playlist, and it's saturated with a lot of nonsense. So I do use my tuning app. I like to listen to stations from all over the world, Jamaica also, Europe, Africa, wherever. So now I can drive around wherever I am in the country. Sometimes I'm driving these long 4-hour road trips, and I can be driving and listening to Zion Highness and Royal Zion Highness and listening to you. And from thousands of miles away, just like I would be tuning into our station up the road. So, you know, I guess if you had to do this all over again, is there anything you do differently?
Well, I just go back to the times that we spent so much money on even broadcasting, and it was so difficult. We needed to find the right people to do it, and we it was funny because sometimes I had to run back home from the supermarket to stop the auto DJ because another DJ was about to get on, and I had to run, rush. But now everything goes with your phone, and everything is so easy right now. But yes, I love the old school days when we started. We were one of the first people
Internet radio.
online that we promoted the reggae music.
Yeah.
And yes, it is so beautiful, you know. I could never imagine. I knew what I wanted when I created it. It had to be something royal.
Right.
It had to be something positive and special. And I said I want it like international, worldwide. I speak some language, so that's why it makes it easier to communicate with people from other countries. And I use that to really be international. So we have Spanish programs on the station, and it's growing. It's more international.
Right.
And soon we have more DJs. When I come back from my trip here, I am going to set up some very interesting DJs from other countries like Japan and France. And
Japan.
yes.
France. And of course, we have Miami here. Where else in the world are we streaming DJs from right now?
Costa Rica, Argentina,
Jamaica,
Trinidad,
What?
UK, soon Belgium, France, Japan. We have a very great crew in Holland. I used to be the only one in Holland because it was more people in the UK and other countries in America who do this. But now I'm so happy that we have more people in Holland, and we have a female day on the Mondays, only female DJs.
Wow.
And it's lovely. Everybody loves it so much what we do, you know, all the DJs doing it with so much pleasure and love. And, you know, we are adult people, and we just have one rule: positive reggae music.
And that's pretty much what it's all about. What else can you ask for? It's a scenario where, you know, the outlet is now there. I mean, again, I could back then I'd send people texts and say, hey, you know, log on to this. And if they were home, they could hop onto the computer, and, you know, I mean, a handful of people would link me back and, I heard you on Estaselekta. I heard you on,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Now I could pretty much just send it to them and say, hey, jump on your phone. So now that
Definitely.
handful has turned into, you know, a lot of people, and everybody's, you know, so that mission that you're on to connect the world via music is manifesting, it's materializing right now.
Yeah, that is so true, indeed. And we have the Facebook, we go live, and it can be so simple. The only thing what I miss in the reggae industry is that people should teach each other.
Right.
Teach, you know, give them your advices, give them, because I'm not perfect either. Sometimes I can learn too, but I see that a lot of people are scared to share their wisdom.
Right.
And I think if we would do that, there would be more unity, and we could support each other better, because there's nothing wrong with supporting another station.
Absolutely.
We support other stations too, and other stations support us. We have, for instance, a very beautiful station in Ghana, and they do beautiful things, interviews, and they support not only reggae music but also other music.
Right.
And they always support our station, and they even made me a flyer. So I want to say big respect to the Boot Ghana, you know, beautiful people
Mad.
and beautiful love. I want to send you all the way from Miami to Ghana.
More love.
And that's so beautiful. I love that.
More love, more love. Big up Musical Sheriff, a whole bunch of people over there that always support my stuff too. You know, it's.
You see, they know you in Ghana. Trust
Yeah,
me.
man.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get hit up all the time, and did a lot of dub plates. There was when those albums, when Ultra Race came out, I still have the files. I probably did about 500 jingles, and so you know, because people supporting the music, and everybody's supporting, and you want to share. So you want to, if you're playing the stuff, let me give you a special, let me give you a jingle, let me do stuff like that, and it's just, you know, and they appreciate it.
I love Ghana people.
Yeah, man.
Me peo.
Easy. You're
That
gonna have to
means
teach
I
them
love
some
you
words.
in Ashanti. Me peo. It's the saying. I love them. I used to live there with them in Amsterdam.
Nice.
And it's always people who support you and who wish you the best.
Right.
And in reggae music, they're large.
I mean, that's how it's supposed to be, you know. I mean,
Yes.
keeping the movement going, you know. And as we say that, we're gonna switch across to Germany right now, and Give you some Gentleman, another one of my favorite artists.
Big artist, gentleman.
Big artist. I've met him twice and shared the stage with him once in Miami at the Bob Marley Fest, and it's just such a humble soul, you know. So,
He's giving one of the best shows I ever seen.
yeah,
A
he's
very great performer.
Yeah.
Also, Mamadi, one of the beautiful background singers from Gentleman. Pick up yourself.
yes, Mamadi and
You remember?
and Tamika. Yeah,
Tamika, his wife.
Yeah.
Beautiful souls and
Lovely.
beautiful singers. They and I think they are a very great example.
Mm-hmm.
From being yourself, you're good enough.
Yeah.
You don't have to pretend to have success.
And it's
when you're in
amazing.
music.
It's amazing to see the background singers like those, and when they get their shot to come out and shine. And I know Mamadi has dropped some projects and so forth. I think Tamika dropped something. But when they put out their own stuff, you're like, wow, these ladies belong out front. But but they're there giving. It's no different from the I3s. You know, what I mean, you have the Marcia and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Judy Mowat, and you have everybody just doing what they do. Rita and doing them. But these people are good enough to be out front. But they play their role. You know,
They are amazing.
trust me.
Yeah. Enough respect.
Absolutely. So we're gonna keep sharing music. Listen to Gentleman right
Play
about now.
it,
Keep it
G-Cole.
moving, keep it grooving. It's Homegrown.
This one is real. Yo, I got the rings, Gentleman, and banks and lever. Yeah, we sit about and what we round the clock, wondering when we gonna launch an attack. No power's gonna hold us down. Not even the pagan sound. No power's gonna hold us down. You never see we wearing a brown. No power's gonna hold us down. Not even the pagan sound. No power's gonna hold us down. You never see we wearing a brown. I've been chanting your powers from morning. Truth and right time and keep performing. I hear the Babylon better with alarming. Them see a right just get to youth and ready for swarming. Them should have overstand the powers we just stamping. Oh yes. When me blow the whole of them a figure camping. Long time we did a issue out the warning. We are go hold Lucifer and disarm. Hey Barrington, what one?
I know Jah will always be there.
Never leave the side, you know.
And I know He is everywhere.
It don't make sense for I.
Without Jah, where will I be? 'Cause He's the one for me, you see.
No power's gonna hold us down. Not even the pagan sound. No power's gonna hold us down.
The message is in the music, and the music carries that message. Gentleman, straight out of Germany, that music is phenomenal. We see a lot of issues going on across the world when it comes to business in general. Music is no different. Music is an industry. An industry is part of business. So there's business involved. We can't get away from it. But for artists, for radio, for promotions and so forth, it's a male-dominated business. Of course, you're a female in the business that's soaring, that's doing what you do, and that's doing it absolutely phenomenal, doing it well, well received, well respected. What are some of the hurdles though that you have had being a female in a business?
Well, I don't really want to put it as being a female because it's also a way of discrimination. Because
Right.
if I play as a DJ, a selector, I don't want to be seen as a female.
Right.
Not in a positive or negative way. I just play.
Just
And
a DJ.
People need to hear the music. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't like it, they don't. It's nothing to do with being a female or a male.
Right.
But the thing is, I think that, of course, people are people. And sometimes it's hard to be a female indeed, because when it comes to going to certain places, some man will ask your attention,
Right.
and it's always going like that.
Right.
But it is what you want as a female, because I think you can stand within your own borders, and you need to decide as a female what you want and how you're going to do it, and you need to set your goals.
Right.
And I'm very, very supporting other females,
Right.
whether they singer, DJ, producer, because I love what females do. And it doesn't mean that every female is doing the right thing.
Right.
Because sometimes it is not, according to my opinion. But it's okay, because I respect people, whether they're male or female. It has to be a good musical way. And the things that if you go through some burdens or some negative vibes, it's there. And you
Right.
just have to set your own settings and your own borders and make sure that you know where you want to go to.
Right. No, I understand, and we speak to people all the time from different places, and it's just like I said, there are different things that come up. Some of it create an issue, some of it does not, but the fact is it comes up, and I'm always I love to see young ladies in the business coming up and so forth, not just from the business side, not just from the radio side, not just from promotions and so forth, but the artists too and so forth. Because, of course, I have a daughter. She shows and she's expressed interest in music and the arts and poetry and stuff like that. So a lot of this is knowledge gathering for me also. So I can share that with her and say, you know what, hey, you learn from the best that have done it and so forth. Esther was there. She did this. She did that. This is how you navigate certain waters, because you don't have to make the mistakes yourself. Nobody necessarily wants to walk in the fire to know that it'll burn.
Yes, but sometimes you really need to make the mistakes, because
Right.
I think that's the best lessons. I didn't really have people around me
Right.
that told me how to do it. And when they warned me for certain things, I was not ready to see it.
Right.
They warned me sometimes for people who use me, abuse me, and just because I am Estaselekta, and I never really seen myself as something really big or something. I just did it. So I never really seen it before, that when people wanted to use me
Right.
just to get what they wanted. And yes, of course, every time people will use you and abuse you, but I still keep on going strong and staying myself, who I am.
Right.
And they can only use me once. And then if I notice, it's their loss, not mine.
Wow. Well, I guess I'm probably just protective daddy, trying to make sure that she's all right out here.
Yeah, but she should make the mistakes to learn.
True.
That's how I learned it too.
You learn from.
Yeah.
I
But it's good that you're guiding her and tell her, because you know what is the business, what you know the business, and you know what it's all about. And
Sure.
I think she will listen when she wants to. But sometimes it's just not the right time to listen to your daddy, even not in the music business. And then
Is it ever?
sometimes they need to burn to really feel it.
Right. No, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's true. I mean, one wise person said
It
before.
happened to me too. You
Yeah?
know what I mean? Of course. Sometimes when people warn you, and you say, no, it's not happening to me. And then it really happens. People warned you, and then I feel it's, okay, this is what they mean.
Hey,
Yes.
you live and you learn, right?
And you live and you learn. And I am more wise now. I am an adult woman now. And my children are growing up, and I tell them the same thing. But sometimes they just have to feel
They
and
gotta
make the
learn.
mistakes to learn from it.
Gotta learn. All right, I tell her, I'll let you fall on your butt, but I won't let you fall on your face.
Oh, you're so good.
So, I mean, speaking of, because I love, when it comes to music, there's one thing I really, really like. I love hearing male-female collaborations.
Yes, me too.
I just love it.
Yeah.
And there's certain there's certain female artists out there. I am in love with the music of Marcia Griffiths and Lady Saw, even though they come from left and right, two totally different things. I'm talking about singing Lady Saw, not raunchy one, because she has some song. Lady Saw can sing. She has
She's
some music.
very
that's-
good, yeah.
she's beautiful voice and stuff. So I
A nice
I'd love to
person, too.
collaborate. She is. I met
Yeah.
her once, and I'm telling you, I was in awe. It's like the person on stage. You don't expect that person in real life, but when she gives you who she is, I'm like, wow, she's so sweet. She's so genuine.
I happened to meet Marcia Griffiths and Lady Saw in one day on a festival in Amsterdam. That was maybe 10 years ago. I don't know, very long time ago. And I met Lady Saw in the elevator. And we had fun. She was there, no makeup, no nothing. And she said, "Hi, girl, how are you?" And she was so cute. And I thought, wow, she makes you feel at home.
She's
You
cool.
know, and because I really, really rate her high as an artist, no matter what she did or do or what, the way she is herself
Right.
and the way she just do what she wants to do, enough respect.
She's the one that to me break those gender barriers down, because let me tell you something. Again, she's not just doing reggae music; she's doing dancehall, hardcore stuff, and when you talk to anybody who's met her or so forth, it's just all respect. It's just gotta respect her. Sometimes people ask for that respect. Nah, she demanded that respect.
Because she did her own thing.
She did her thing. You can't argue with that.
Yeah, I don't know her so well. I just met her once, indeed. And I met, in the same time, I met Marcia Griffiths, and she was telling me a very special story about when she was pregnant and she was feeling that she was fainting away. And while she was singing with Bob Marley, he came to her as if he was feeling it, and he was holding her. He put his arm around her to support her in that time. And then all of a sudden, she almost fainted, and he saved her, not falling.
Wow.
And she told me that, and it was so...
Wow,
indeed. Yeah.
Wow. She has that spirit. I see why people call her Auntie Marcia, because the one time I met her, I ended up saying that to Auntie Marcia. I was like, and then afterwards, I was like, why did I say that? But she just has, and she's so colorful. She's just full of vibes and full of...
so real.
So real.
Beautiful woman.
Love her music.
Yeah.
I mean...
Beautiful voice, too. Yeah.
I love collaborative. I always said to myself, I tried it on the first album. It never worked out because of some complications.
Wow, ask her.
Well, her and Lady Saw, I want to do a song with both of them.
Let's ask them both.
Well, I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there in the atmosphere.
Well, I'm sure they're listening to you right now, so probably they will call you and invite you for a collaboration. G. Cole.
I hope so. And I think she lives Marcia. That is not too far from here, because I saw her at the supermarket once.
Oh,
it was some holiday, and I was going there to get some stuff like wine or some stuff, and I think she was there for something similar, and not in there, but she was in the area, you know. So, but collaborations with female artists, and as we talk about the international, merger and collaborations with all, I did the song with Shayla Dow from Honduras. So, homegrown listeners, we're going to share this one with you. It's called "When Girl Meets Boy." Keep it moving.
Amazing song.
It's homegrown.
Chico, háblame. Dime todo lo que estás pensando. Quiero saber tus secretos. ¿Te parece? When girl meets boy, she plans to make you fall in love. Some kind of loving, make you look at her. Like there's no one else but you and I. Only a girl could understand it, 'cause I know by now you've already kissed me in your head.
Girl, I feel the same way you do. It's just a different point of view. I wanna be alone with you. Na 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 na.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're going on a date or two. I'd rather be in love with you.
Na 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 na. When boy meets girl, he starts fantasizing right away. I know, yes I know it. And in this young man's world, I've already kissed your lips and heard you say that you love, yes you love me. Only you can understand it. Oh yeah. By now we've already made love in my head. Ooh, baby. Girl, I feel the same way you do. It's just a different point of view. I wanna be alone with you. Na 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 na.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're going on a date or two. I'd rather be in love with you.
Na 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 na.
Words can't say
How much I wanna have your love right here.
Yeah, man, that's G. Cole and Shayla Dow. It's called "When Girl Meets Boy." That was my first collaboration with a female artist.
Lovely.
Yeah,
So beautiful.
It's amazing how things come together, because she, I guess her sister happened to be at a concert of mine. and she was in the process of wrapping up her album over there in Honduras, and I think the whomever her executive producer was saying they needed one more song, and her sister was at my show at the Culture Room, and and she knew somebody that knew me, and the link was made. I was busy promoting the album at the time, so I didn't have the time, but she flew over here, and she actually extended her stay for another 2 weeks or so forth, just so I could, find the time to do it. So that being said, I had to bring her in. We, just wrote some stuff, told her, I'll put some stuff together and so forth. I had to reach out to J Vibe, who does excellent work. He's worked and produced for me before, and we came up with something nice. And once we presented it to her, she loved it, and she was on board, and the rest is history.
Beautiful. Enough respect to Sheila and you, When Girl Meets Boy. Wonderful song.
Crazy things happen when Girl Meets Boy. It's you'd like to think that guys are the only ones, but certain, sometimes we're as far left and right as it can be. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, they say, but, sometimes that's the... Sometimes.
Yes, that's true. But, it's not always like that. It could be normal too, Yeah.
I hope so.
But I want to show you some love and respect for your musical career.
Thank you.
And I wish you find some more time to bring us more G. Cole songs in the future.
I will. I'll tell you this, and I thank the Most High. I thank my mother. I thank, for all the preparations and everything that went into me, because for me, I don't have to. It's a scenario where I can work with passion and I can work with inspirations. It's a scenario like 2007 was when the first album came out. The second one didn't come out until 2013 because I just didn't feel like I had something to say. Right now, there's a lot of things going on. Little one getting ready for college and all kinds of stuff, and me being prepared for this, being prepared for that, trying to launch other ventures and so forth. But I'm feeling a little bit of inspiration coming back, and even the title song for this program, is going to actually be a whole song. We might only use 4 bars on it for the intro, but we are doing everything live. We had the percussionists right here in the studio the other day laying down their parts. It's going to be mixed right now. I'm going to be putting that out. And that's normally what happens with me. One song cascades into something else and something else, and that's how it's going to be. So definitely you'll hear some more stuff coming out. And of course, you'll be the first to have it as always. So.
Thank you so much. I want to say big respect to Nashba. He's actually the one who did a lot of effort to get me over here for my birthday party.
Yes.
And he's also one of your biggest fans, like me. And also Celia, big up yourself. And, all these people here in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, a lot of artists. It's too much to mention, but my heart goes out to all the people who welcomed me here so warm, like yourself. And it's an amazing experience to come over here.
It is. It's and as for us coming over there too, because again, when I came over there, I tried to merge getting all that stuff done with some vacation, and it kind of worked. But while some guys are off doing that, I was here, and we were out there doing photo shoots and radio interviews and
it was so
and,
nice,
and studio stuff, and you took the time to have me all around there. So it's that's the reason why the good things come your way, because you put the good things out there, And again, like I said, big up Nashba. Amazingly enough, I have this spot down in Miami, Boogies, that we used to play a lot, and he'd tell me sometimes, I'm coming down, but he'll tell me that he's coming down. And not say anything else. And a month from now, I'll be there on stage. And who is that in the corner with a big light up? Pop, pop, pop. That's not.
I know you will be there definitely.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Celia too.
Yes. You have a lot of followers here, and I want to tell you, and I want to invite you for next year's my big birthday party will be in Amsterdam.
I'm making the reservation.
And I hope you can make it to celebrate our Earth Strongs together in Amsterdam.
I'm looking forward. I'll map it out with graduation. I think graduation, because she's graduating next year. I know. But I could use that as the graduation gift. So we could do that right after graduation. We could just head over and
keep it a secret.
Yeah. Hopefully she hasn't already bought a ticket.
She doesn't listen to your interview here, like.
How kids are. She's not going to give me a whole. Right now we're at like an hour 40 minutes or so forth. If she even listens, she's not going to give me an hour 40 minutes. So this part of it she probably won't hear.
Wonderful. No, that will be very great. And As I said, I really rate you high. You're one of my favorite artists.
Thank you.
And just because you are you,
Appreciate it.
and you are good as you are.
I appreciate it. I'm as good as the people around me, and I'm blessed to have very good people, a support system in terms of wife, my child, the ones I call friends, you know what I mean, who are more like family. I mean, Courtney, big up herself, Alwyn, Chris, you know, I could keep going, you know what I mean, the ladies, Darcel, Candace, you know, a whole bunch of people. You have no choice. Sometimes if the opportunity even came for you to stray and go out there and be something else, there's too many eyes and too many people be like, nah, son, you got to come back home. And I
indeed.
appreciate that.
Yes,
know?
me too. Galaxy Sound, Ricky D, and
big up.
Selecta Kailas. You know, I really want you to go one time to Galaxy Sound and do some big set with them, you know?
I was talking to him about it today. So
Yes,
and
please
he
do.
showed me his studio, and I like it. So
Isn't his studio amazing?
yeah, man, it's cozy, it's nice. I mean, I'm
Oh,
looking
I
at
love
the,
it.
the record collection because I told him I started collecting records, but I'm like 30 records deep. He's got like 1,000.
Yeah,
You know, so but we'll do something together because there's good energy there, and you know what I mean.
Definitely.
He's a good guy, and he's at Wynwood this evening. So
yes,
we're gonna go down there.
watch him
Oh,
and
yeah.
Kailas. That is amazing. Nice vibes. I was there last week. Lovely people coming over there, and it's so artful down there in Wynwood. So we're gonna vibe down there later. Give thanks.
I love what they're doing.
I lost my voice a bit. Excuse me for that. but I'm still here going strong. You know, I'm having a good time. Homegrown with G Cole.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I want to thank you so much for stopping through. Blessing not just this space, but, you know, the ears of all the listeners out there. I need you all to check out Royal Zion Highness. You know, go on TuneIn, go online, go on wherever you consume your music from. And listen, you know, they're like Esther mentioned, there's a plethora of DJs out there that play on Royal
Every
Zion
day.
Highness.
Every day from every country of the world.
Positive music, no censorship.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about what your kids hear. You know what I
No.
mean?
You can keep on listening wherever you are in the world, 24/7, worldwide connection, positive reggae music, www.royalzionhighness.com, where the positive reggae music comes from. Thank you.
See there. I love it. And we're social media wise, where can they find you?
Oh, just search for Estaselekta
Simply put.
or Royal Zion Highness. We are everywhere. We have also groups that support reggae music, like Amsterdam Reggae, with like 14,000 people.
Wow.
Respect for Reggae, London Reggae, Switzerland Reggae,
Wow.
Royal Zion Highness Group, the Estaselekta Reggae Group. And we also have, especially for the old school, original old school roots rock reggae.
Wow.
And we have Reggae Rhythm page. We just support reggae music worldwide, you know, and we just want it that all the people keep on smiling when they listen to positive reggae.
Nice. Let the mission overcome the ambition, you know. So thank you all so much for tuning in. You know what I mean? Another episode of Homegrown. Esther, again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, G. Cole. It was a true pleasure. And I will come again next year when I'm back here in Florida.
Appreciate it. And you know what? Who knows? I'll get a mobile set up. I'll take it with me over there to Amsterdam, and
Please do. I'll
we'll do
wait
this
for you
again.
in Amsterdam.
We'll do this again.
Much love and blessings to you.
Thank you.
And to all the listeners, thank you so much.
Shoo-be-doo-doo, 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 yeah-doo. Shoo-be-doo, shoo-be-doo-doo, shoo-be-doo-doo, yeah-doo. Do-do-dum-da-da-da. Da 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 da. Ba da da da
And there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has indeed been a pleasure. Remember, be safe, be kind, and be good to each other. My name is G. Cole, and this is Homegrown.
Nakikinika sa música, Homegrown with G. Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G. Cole.
您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with G. Cole.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole.
Remember, all the music played here on Homegrown with G. Cole is available on iTunes, Spotify, and all your digital retailers. Please support the artists.